Hello everyone. Do another commentary, this time for an A-League match between Sirusc A, USC, Sirusc, or something of that sort, and BitterWurmcoil. We'll never know. There's no way to know, really. There's no way to ask him or anything like that. No, it's just not possible. Anyway, that lovely voice you just heard was my co-conspirator, commentator, JNails. Hello.
Alrighty.
Thank you for joining me. All right, I've got a new card, an Omen, new Sat, Rising Sun, and Sickness. What are these Omen cards, like landscape objects called? Or just Omens?
The blue thing is the prophecy,
The
and then
Prophecy. There
the
you go.
card that triggers it is the omen.
Those are the Omens. All right, so I've also got two heirlooms with Secret Cave and Cemetery. Also, River Shrine is another Omen outside of Rustic Village. Can we do on this board? There is a village in Rustic Village. There's some draw with Witch Hut. There's some
Yeah, the concept
trashing.
to me is if you get canal,
Mm-hmm.
Duke always hits province.
Uh, if you're meant to get your hand empty,
Well,
right?
fortunately, there's something that makes you discard 3 cards every single turn.
Oh, hey, there's Cygnus, right? Hey. Oh,
But generally speaking, Suk pretty much can always get you to 7. Like imagine you had a Suk and a handful of coppers that hit 7.
right.
Suk and nothing else hit 7. Suk and 2 coppers hit 7. As long as you have like no green cards or anything in your hand, Suk just tends to get to 7 a lot. And so you need like Suk plus silver to get to 8. Canal fixes that problem because it reduces the cost of province to 7. So Suk gets you to 7. Rustic Village seems to be a pretty reliable way to get any green cards out of your hand because the card itself can discard green cards, and after 5 plays, it triggers the Prophecy Sickness, which allows you to discard 3 cards or makes you. Uh, and so I think just like 1 or 2 Rustic Villages and then some Suks, and then you can province every single time you hit Suk, and that seems really fast to me.
Mm.
You can build an engine here with like Slave for Draw, Rustic Village as a village, and then Merchant Guild or something as payload, but that doesn't sound terribly quick. I think pop your lamp, convert those wishes to 3 Suks, and then you're good to go.
All right. And then I guess the first on the first Suk play or some other time you hit Canal, and they're on your after the
Yeah, the first
races.
Suk will get you to Canal.
Yeah. So Sirusc opening Caves, River Shrine, and BitterWurmcoil instead opting for the Border Guard on the 3 coin hand.
I think I prefer the Secret Cave. Um, but it's close. Secret Cave is really nice if you don't line it up with the River Shrine,
Hmm.
because like if you play the cave, you discard 3 cards, you tend to hit 2 money. And well, if you wanted Border Guard anyway, Cave first shuffle gives you a pretty opportune hand to buy Border Guard in the second shuffle after you pitched. The upside of Border Guard is it minimizes the chance that your what you call it, your River Shrine misses the shuffle.
Mm-hmm. BitterWurmcoil here immediately putting with the Haunted Mirror to get a ghost. And
Yes, sir. UFC, I would buy a Suk here in a heartbeat.
this trash bunch of junk.
I don't see anything else you even consider.
Nice. Taking slightly longer than a heartbeat.
That is Sir UFC's MO.
Hmm. So regarding the status of this season, both these players currently trading behind bit against the other A-League players, so both at risk of demoting. So back against the wall to get a good score here in the head-to-head, and also get some other game wins and some other matches as well.
Yeah, both of them are still within range of potentially
Mm.
passing Akuchi here. Tracer with a good performance.
Yeah. So we need to get a good result to still have that be an option later for future matches.
So USC now has a good ghost hand.
Yeah. Quite similar to Wormcoil's earlier one. This is probably going to hit River Shrine, isn't it, for Wormcoil?
What other actions are down there, if any?
I guess she
We've got
bought
a
a Secret
Rustic
Cave and then
Village.
shuffled, so it could also hit that.
It looks like it's 50-50 to hit the
Or Rustic
River
Village.
Shrine.
So there's a River Shrine, Rustic Village, and also a Secret Cave down, and there's 8 cards, so it's not actually. Yeah, so I kind of missed that. There were a lot of action executed in the meantime.
River Shrine is optional, so it's not like you've ghosted a remake and have to trash your whole hand if it hits the River Shrine.
Yeah.
Although, honestly, at this stage of the game, that might not even be a bad outcome.
Yeah, and if you do hit River Shrine, you do get to gain 2 cards off it.
That's true.
If you ghost play it twice. Right.
All right. So USC does
Hands
not
up.
want the ghost.
I'd rather trash copper and get +3 points next turn.
Not sure how I feel about that.
So next turn will be the Sirusc hand, right? Yeah.
See what the next turn is planning to do.
Water Guard plans River Shrine. So I get to trash 2 more cards here, and then goes to the Secret Cave.
So this looks like a very likely next turn Magic Lamp activation for BitterWurmcoil. Just take a unique card here.
Yeah, have Ghost. The Secret Cave already in play. The Village has 3, coppers 4. You have to still hit the lamp, but you got 3 card draw at least, and then possibly hitting your border guard as well. That sucks yet for Wormcoil.
Is it guaranteed? I think it's guaranteed for BitterWurmcoil to activate. The Secret Cave draws 2, the Rustic Village can draw 2, and so you've either bottom decked your border guard or the border guard can find your lamp.
There's a lamp, also, yeah, it's already there.
Yeah, it's impossible for this to miss.
You get to trash 2 estates. So I guess playing the Magic Lamp is during your buy phase, you won't get to be able to get wishes and also have your River Shrine getting a card, but I think she'll accept that. Sirusc, on the other hand, we're wondering about the non-trashing of Haunted Mirror. Ends up that he really wants to hit Canal in the Suk turn and wants to get the +3 coins for the Secret Cave. Bit of a priority on that.
Yeah, I don't think it's ridiculous or anything. I mean, Ghost is good here, but I don't know if it's necessary. See how it pans out.
You can actually stack the Suk. If you go to Suk, you can discard a Sickness first and then resolve the Suks, right?
Say that again? Oh, like if you Ghost to Suk, you can resolve Sickness first and then put the Suks. Yes.
Okay, I want to give him more money. Yeah, so Sickness is now online. So we see first curse being gained there. I'm assuming with Sickness, if this curse run out, you have forced to discard 3 cards? Or is it still you choose to gain a curse and then you just don't?
Once curses are, you can just choose, I'll gain a curse. Oops, no more curses, and then nothing happens.
Right, so it's similar for Sickness.
But you're not, like, you can always voluntarily choose to discard, which with Suk you might want to do.
Right. You get your bronzes in your opening hand.
Yeah, bit of an unfortunate turn for Sirusc. They really needed to find their secret cave there, because if they found that, they could have activated the magic lamp. And now that sickness is active, you really want to be playing those Siruscs.
Right.
It's gonna be hard to activate Magic Lamp from a 2-card hand. The Sirusc is stuck taking curses, and all of a sudden they look like they're in a pretty bad spot.
And that's gonna be more difficult to trash cards, more difficult to hit your lamp.
I'm very confused about what BitterWurmcoil is doing over here. Oh,
Okay.
I see. I understand now. I was confused why they discarded the curse, but they needed to find the wish. Okay, that makes sense.
Hmm.
I was expecting to trash the curse, but
Right.
I draw back to it.
Recursion top, draw it, and then immediately gain a sick with the wishes. So actually, went ahead and grabbed a Witch's Hut. Get some more attacking in and some more draw. So not quite going for the mono Suk plan. I think build a bit more of an engine. And just do resolve the attack here. So I'm assuming you don't discard here because you really would rather trash with some of these coppers.
Good question. I'm questioning this Witch's Hut. So you can wish for Rustic Village and Souk. Still leaves you only one Souk out of your 3 wishes.
Right.
It looks like they're just going to discard 2 and wish for Souk. And
Because
Ghost
Wormcoil
hitting.
doesn't have Canal yet either.
Yeah, I don't like this. This is a underplayed turn. You didn't even hit 7.
Seems a bit slow.
Could have discarded the ghost to get to 7.
Right, if you kept around the other wish. So I guess then you have to wish, you're forced to wish for something that isn't Soak. Keeping your Razor Shine also doesn't work, because then you don't have actions anymore. I guess it was a bit tough to. I guess you could keep around a copper instead.
It's not the underplayed part of this turn. That should not be what we're undoing. Okay. Maybe they're undoing even farther back.
So discard a copper, ghost, and a River Shrine. No, to wish and a ghost, and then you can.
They have
Right now.
planned.
Discard wish, River Shrine, ghost, to wish for Sook, trash the copper plate, Sook, and a copper by canal. That would be a possible an option to get the canal, but maybe there's still something better if you play both wishes this turn. Ends up not discarding after all. So there's Slay, Horse, and Curse in the discard pile, I think. Didn't hit the 1 in 3. Didn't hit the 1 in 3 for the border guard. There's the Sook. And then
This is a
also the River Shrine. Yeah.
That's probably better than finding the Slay. Still don't hit 7, but by a Souk here, you'll hit 7 next turn probably.
Those were all 3 wishes, right? One for Witch's Hut, one for Sook.
Yeah, they used all of them. The last one was Rustic
Village, yeah. I guess you have the River Shrine remaining for the curses you're going to get each turn. That one.
You're not going to get any curses.
If you're like doing sickness every turn, if you don't have it, if you're Sook in your opening hand, you're going for the engine with the merging guild.
Oh, I would never do that.
Okay.
I don't see anything here that synergizes. Like if it were like livery, for example, where the horses are gained in your buy phase. I just now realized that we were trying to trash 2 cards. Oh no. That is
Oh.
yeah. Site.
It's AD trash one every time. That's a bit of a whoopsie. Right, yeah, turn 5. Trashing a
Oh
single
wow.
copper.
Yeah, that is quite the error. Okay, that would explain a lot about some of Sir USC's weird river shrine decisions. There were a few turns where I was like, that's interesting. And
Yeah.
now I understand.
Played it twice
But I
so
didn't
far,
think.
so could have had 2 more trashes. Would
Yeah.
significantly increased the capabilities of his deck.
Yeah, because Sir USC still seems behind, mostly because they haven't activated Lamp yet.
Mm.
Um, yeah, like you needed to activate the Lamp before sit, and they did not. And that River Shrine might have had something to do with it.
Yeah, I guess 4 costs for trashing 1 card, but also having alms, or quote unquote free alms. That
Oh
card would
no,
be.
Merchant Guild. BitterWurmcoil is almost certainly going to win this game just because Sir USC's deck is not functional.
Mm.
But this is not. This is not what this kingdom should look like. It's not a Merchant Guild engine.
So double X2 horns here, right? Yeah. It's nice to set it for next turn. Yeah, I guess if I decide between River Shrine and Suk, not quite enough terminal space here. Ends up buying 2 cards from Merchant Guild. Now you still don't have enough terminal space for all your terminals. It's a bit awkward.
That doesn't make any sense. You're having to gain curses so that your deck can work, so that you can then discard 3 cards later with Secret Cave because you built a deck that can't just discard immediately and play a suit. Um, very roundabout. This deck is played suit by province at the end, and you can start greening probably turn 8, maybe turn 7, even with a good draw. And then province literally every turn.
I guess Workhorse with the 2 copper should not have a problem hitting Canal anymore, which she had for a little while.
That's true.
Yeah, this hand for Sirusc not doing much of anything.
That is true.
Yeah, only 1 Suk in both these players' decks. I guess River Shrine can now gain cards that were initially 5 cost.
Yeah. Um,
Do you agree with Horn first over Lantern for the border card there?
I generally just click horn without thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, uh, I get to see a good case for Lantern here just because for Sir USC, the only thing. Well, no. I was going to say take Lantern to make sure you find 6 cards for your Magic Lamp. But putting
Right.
the border guard on top is probably a better way to make sure you find 6 cards than making the border guard see 3 cards. Yeah, I'm
Sure.
going to say horn. Right.
And if
Realistically,
you're
I think the answer is like you click horn and you don't think about it because usually horn first seems correct.
mm,
It tends to be the case. Both, I think that top decking is more helpful than seeing 3. But also just that if you get the horn first, you get the lantern easily enough.
right.
Whereas lantern first can make the horn harder to activate. You get to reveal 3 action cards.
So I guess we're planning on not playing this Witch's Hut this turn. I guess we can Secret Cave first and then Witch's Hut.
I have no idea what this deck is intending to do. See, Play River Shrine and Trash 2. Play Souk. I guess play Merchant Guild and Souk. And I would just buy a Souk and trash the Witch's Hut and Slay. They've outlived their utility. Not, the Witch's Hut never had any utility. The Slay at least helped you get to lamp activation.
In which I did give out 2 curses, but getting BitterWurmcoil has constantly taking a curse off of the sickness, so it's still -2 to -2.
Yeah, like Sirusc is
Yes.
in the water just because they never activated the lamp, and now it's going to be impossible to do so. But like,
and he also still has a
had they had a functioning deck, I don't think the curse would matter.
right.
It's -1 point and all, but it's not stopping you from profit.
But yeah, Sirusc still also having a in a
Ghost.
state.
Okay. No, we're withdrawn. I don't know what's going on here. What are we doing? Discard Merchant Guild play. I take it.
Yeah.
Trash play Souk.
There we go. So we're gonna do Canal, possibly another Souk.
Canal and Rustic Village, or Canal and Border Guard would be the other option. I think I'm gonna say. Oh wait, you only have 1 Souk. Maybe it's just Canal Souk actually.
Right.
But you also don't have terminal space for all of it. I don't know. When I say Canal Rustic Village, final answer.
Just saves a coffer. I'm not sure how red that's gonna be.
Oof. Display again.
You got a bunch of horses, which.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, Sirusc also has a which one? I missed that.
Discard Secret Cave and Border Guard, presumably. Actually, this is a little bit awkward because does Sirusc have a village?
There should be 1 in deck. So I think Wonko has 3 now.
It looks like they didn't believe in their ability to find that village because they discarded the Souk. I was gonna say if you don't have a village or if you can't find a village, then discarding Souk makes sense. You'd rather play Merchant Guild on the turn where you're gaining only of your wishes.
Which is likely this turn.
Oh, they had a second Witch's Hut to resolve. Yeah, I don't. That might be fine anyway. I'm not sure. I'm wondering whether discarding that Souk was a good idea or not.
I guess he didn't have the second Border Guard in hand yet.
But like, you also have this. Like, you don't need to discard 4 action cards.
Right.
You could have discarded 2 junk cards first, and then reevaluated whether to pitch the Souk after your second Witch's Hut draw.
Right.
Like a plausible line, I think, involves keeping the Souk, and then you play Secret Cave, pitch a bunch, play Merchant Guild, trigger the Wish. I don't know.
I guess we're not going to be able to gain doubles turn here. We're not going to be able to gain doubles this turn specifically to charge a bunch. We do still have River Shrine, those
probably buy a
4
single
cards.
Souk this turn. I don't think we'll have the money for 2 Souks. But I would keep like 2 curses in hand and buy a Souk, most likely.
There's a River Shrine remaining those 4 cards, as well as the Rustic Village. So you play both these Border Guards. Ooh.
Oh my god, what the hell have you done?
Seriously. Yeah, if those 2 action cards were in the one in the top 2 and the one in the bottom 2, then it would have been great, but this is.
I mean, like they were pretty behind already, but they have just totally thrown any remaining chance they had of winning this game. It's pitched all their action cards, and now they don't have 6 uniques. for Magic Lamp. Oh my! And they why did they discard the curses if you were picking up the River Shrine? None of this makes any sense. They finally trashed 2 cards with the River Shrine for the first time this game. They're learning, but yeah. Oh my! Just reside.
I guess you can not play the treasures and just gain a soak off with your Rift Shrine and then trash double copper again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know why you have coppers in your hand, given that line, but that does seem like the best thing to do given this particular game state. Um, that was just a total throw for no reason. They really obsessed over giving out an extra curse. I don't know why. Again, curses do not matter that much here. Very, very bizarre choices this game all around.
I guess if you don't see the Signish synergy for just guaranteed province fast,
I don't know
then
what you could possibly be saying that would make that last turn make any sense.
sure.
Like what deck wants to trash its coppers over its curses, not gain wishes? Um, uh, yeah, all of that was just like a failure of planning of some sort.
I guess maybe if Sirusc wasn't tracking those last 4 cards with quite guaranteed accuracy, then maybe he thought he had guaranteed lamp activation there, and then he hit double copper, and then was like, oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what was. It was just tunnel vision on giving out curses. I think is what that was.
So we're trashing a single curse to be able to discard your secret cave. I guess you're not in a rush to ditch the curses.
I don't
Second
know how
guild.
big this deck is supposed to be getting. Sug is not a card that rewards building a big engine most of the time because like, the amount of money your Suks gain you, like, it scales the opposite of the way you want it to. It's not like a bridge where the more bridges the better. It's like each
Right.
additional Suk need less and less money. And so I mean, it looks like they're trying to build with merchant guilds, but there's just no relevant merchant guild synergies here. Except, I mean, I guess there's Border Guard, which is kind of cheap, so it's something to buy. Um,
Yeah, 2 merchant guilds so far. Currently lowest piles are Border Guard and Secret Cave. For 17 money total. Okay, no, there's Rich Credit, of course, so that's 9 plus 5 and 8 buys. Could be over in 1 or 2
I'm
turns.
pretty sure the suit deck would have either 3 or 4 provinces already at this stage of the game, depending on when you pop your lamp.
So we've currently got 1
Meanwhile,
unique in
Sirius
play.
A still has a lamp in hand.
So we don't discard here, and we can trigger the lamp, but he's hitting lamp.
Can we trigger the
Still.
lamp? We can't play all these terminals.
Oh, only 2 actions. Well,
Yeah,
that's
Sirius C,
awkward.
they're like dead in the water, and they're like, I'm not dead enough. Let me fix that. Playing cards one at a time, like you thought you were gonna pop your lamp. Yeah, no. Wishful thinking there. Um,
Oh, there's a ghost gonna hit. This guy's gonna
I don't
hit.
know. It's down there. I probably just junk down there.
Yeah, it looks like
Buy.
it. I think he had any other cards, action cards that he doesn't currently have in play or in hand. 2 villages, 2 water guards. 2 caves, 1 sook, 1 witch hut, 1 guild, 1 witch shrine. I think that's it. I don't think he has 3 border guards. I don't think he has 3 villages. But undoing, then doing the same thing again. Hmm. I can buy sook and then ditch the copper, but that's. I guess you can also ditch the rip shrine at this point. I guess you still have 2 curses and at least 2 copper and magic lamp. Magic lamp is going to clean up itself, hopefully, at some point. If we try to do so.
Surely the lamp will pop next turn with the ghost in play, but you never know. I
Would
mean,
hope
it should
so.
have popped previous turn with the ghost in play. And things happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure if gaining Russian villages is safe. Wormcoil has 2 guilds in his sook, so that's I guess only 3 additional gains. It's 4 gains total. Not too bad.
I like lowering the border guards aggressively because it's the closest play to resigning, which is the correct play here.
Mhm. If you're getting a second witches out, I'm assuming you need another Russian village, but you can't afford that. Yeah, 'cause you're already running into terminal space issues.
And a sleigh. That was not a card I anticipated. And then now
I
we've
guess,
ghosted our sleigh. One
yeah,
of
I
these
guess the
ghosted our
witches hut
sleigh.
gain makes sense if you're banking on hitting that with a ghost. But yeah,
Um,
also getting a sleigh is a bit of a anti-synergy.
it was
Not a fan.
certainly one possible set of cards that could have been gained.
Right, so hmm.
Maybe it's just some like advanced game theoretic thing that's going over my head. Like if you always do the optimal stuff, your opponents can predict you effectively. So you got to randomly buy sleigh sometimes and intentionally not pop your lamps to keep your opponents on their toes. They never know what's coming.
I'd really like to be able to discard 2 cards here to cave. I guess you could discard Slay, Ghost, Curse, but
Just
then you
trash
don't
away.
hit your Ghost.
Just trash the curses.
Yeah, then your Stick isn't. I guess your Stick is only. It's still 5 coins, it's probably fine. Could double promise here if you want to. I think that's not necessary.
Um, Man, I would have clicked Province earlier already, but it looks like BitterWurmcoil is building to some sort of big merchant guild thing. And that makes it harder to say where this is supposed to go. Like you do need to score before your opponent has wishes in their deck, because once they have wishes in their deck, they're actually threatening to pile up. Um,
Hmm. Hmm. So Sirusc has 1 guild and 1 Sook as well. So that's 3 gains. Yeah, so not too worried about that.
I
Oh,
don't know offhand what those bottom two cards are.
discarding. To get 1 more coin. Okay.
Intriguing.
There's some very specific plans.
Uh, yeah, that's hard to explain, sure. Um, Everything in this game so far has been very hard to explain.
BitterWurmcoil either really wants to get the 2 horses off the sleigh, or has a specific price point in mind. You can also have the exact same buys with the previous line, and then you trash two curses. I guess you'd rather have 2 horses and 2 curses in your deck, which seems weird to me. Like I'd rather have neither and 1 fewer coffer.
One would think.
It's a dud for Sirusc.
This turn or this whole game?
Eh. Little column A, little column B. If you have the horn. Also don't get to pop a lamp still.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I guess we get to buy Sook and then trash 2 curses, which is nice. Does cost 2 coffers though. I mean, 2 turns from now, we do have 4 horses in the deck. What about Cemetery? It's basically a Sook, but cheaper. Let's keep around that 1 coffer.
They're overthinking this kingdom. You play a Sook, you buy a province, that's your turn. That's all that's supposed to happen here. That's the whole kingdom.
But you can take more game actions.
They're taking many actions. Every border guard, you have to resolve an additional
It's
decision.
just like, have you ever drawn an additional card? Just like, have you ever just like play the card and then increase your hand size?
Yeah.
Ever done that? Feels good, right?
Yeah.
So now we get a big old stack of coffers and then pile out next turn, I guess. Can we pile out this turn?
Crash the curses this time.
Wait, we can just.
A little bit
So
awkward
we have
because
5 initial buys, so we can do. Can we buy all the rest of villages, Morning Guard in like 1 province to win? We can, right?
yeah, this is a win.
Alright, well. We get to go to game 2! Heck yeah. Get me out of here.
BitterWurmcoil. Is this an auto buy setting? I noticed they were manually playing their coffers before buying things. I guess if you have auto buy off, is that how it works? I don't know. I put
I
auto
have
buy
not
on.
a clue.
So with the auto buy
Right.
setting, I know like if I wanted to buy 2 border guards and I had 0 money and all the coffers, I just click border guards and it won't work. I guess that's what you have to do if you're not an auto buy user, is manually put all the coffers into play. That sounds tedious, but to each their own.
Right, I'm seeing Hermit, so I'm usually if I see Hermit, clicking Hermit.
Yeah, Hermit looks great. Synergizes pretty well with Crypt here. You can get thin real fast. A lot of synergies for Faithful Hound here. Oasis,
with
Wit.
Mole.
By a lot, I mean 2, I guess, but I guess Way of the Mole, yeah, that's a 3rd one.
Are there Way of the Mole shenanigans? Not really. Because there's a monument in the Workers' Village, but it's hard to get a lot of those, I think.
Yeah, I think that the problem with the Way of the Mole deck is you have coppers. The only way to thin coppers is to put them in play with Crypt, and the Way of the Mole deck is not getting enough coppers in play to crypt them all.
Sirusc with the 5-3 opening. Rarely seen. Very nice.
Yeah. 5-2, Witch's Hut makes sense. I agree with taking the gamble in Necropolis Way of the Mole, but it did not pay off in this case. It's not really even a gamble. There's no downside to doing it. It's just like potentially you get to play your Sea Witch turn 2, which would be great.
He was able to hit a Hermit instead of 2, so that was good. BitterWurmcoil opening double Hermit and managing to collide them, but with an Necropolis, so no problems there.
Yeah, this is actually great.
Let's get rid of the
Isn't better than having your
curse
3 turn
now.
4 hermit. You get to buy a thing on turn 3 as well.
Mm. Yeah, it works
Yeah,
village.
I'd say, I mean, despite one player getting to play a Sea Witch turn 3, I think I'd rather have BitterWurmcoil's position here. I'd rather play 2 hermits than 1 Sea Witch.
2 more hermits, 2 more Batman.
Makes sense.
Hmm. And you're also discarding Overgrown State and trashing it from discard, right?
I would presume.
Not sure if it.
What are those bottom 5 cards?
I guess if you're thinking about
I
molding
can't
this
really think of
hermit.
what would make me. The other option would be like discard a hermit and overgrown estate, so you can buy a 5, but that doesn't sound right to me. Um,
Oh, right.
okay,
Right.
yeah. That was. Oh, I just noticed the hermit can trash from discard. Undo. Nice
So do
draw.
get hit 5. So is it crypt immediately? Is there a second 5?
Sirusc has 2 hermits, right? Yeah, crypt immediately sounds correct to
Yeah. I
me.
think both players have 2 hermits now. C charges the 3 cost this turn. Not as best yet, but it's gonna be
Here's
better.
village.
Opting
Here
forward
is
fit instead.
a decision.
Mm,
A really nice draw off the top of the deck for Sirusc. Immediately finds a sea which you can with a
yeah.
village.
And Wormcoil passed both of our hermits, but it's gonna be able to Madman next turn to find the hermit again to trash the curse. Although then the curse won't be in discard pile anymore, so it's gonna draw that curse
Isn't
at
there
least one
4
time.
madmen in the deck? Oh,
Hmm?
they gained sea chart.
Yep.
That well, the sea chart gain suggests maybe we're gonna buy something.
If you're not getting 2 more hermits and then changing again. Mm,
Wait, why would you want a workers village? I'm not seeing what you already have a workers village. Let's see what another workers village does at
we're
this
not gonna
point.
do the hermits. Yes, going 2 more Madmen. Ooh,
Oh,
but
this
bottom
is
deck both of
a very
the
unfortunate.
Madmen.
Yeah, bottom deck both madmen looks really bad here.
Yeah, because
And not hitting
like
5.
yeah, wave more in your Necropolis isn't really good because then your first Madman is gonna draw 2 cards.
I
Second
think
Madman is
you
gonna get hit 3
probably
cards.
mold an Acropolis anyway,
Right.
and then you just mold a madman
Hmm.
until you can play a hermit. I think is better than
Right.
buying a 4, because like playing a
Yeah.
hermit is getting you probably a 3 and a 2. Probably need a fifth madman, but yeah, I think I would just mold a bunch and hope to find a hermit. I think
Yeah. I guess
probably
the
end up
forecast
buying
don't
a
really
4.
do anything for you here.
Nothing looks good. Um, just playing a hermit, which isn't certain. Like you could brick on the way the mole play. Doesn't look phenomenal. Buying a 4 doesn't look phenomenal. I go with a 4. Fair enough.
Sure likes getting the monuments.
Double Sea Witch. No. You. First 5 here for BitterWurmcoil is definitely crypt. You've already got all the draw in the world. You buy crypt now, you're hitting a 7 copper crypt next turn. Your deck is under control. You don't need the cycling from Sea Witch if your whole deck is on the mat. It's not like the curses hurt terribly much here with all the hermit plays.
So how many Batman you want to play? How many do you want to keep around?
I would expect 2 Madman plays this turn because that draws your deck. Then you could do some Hermit Gains, High Crypt, and you have 2 Madmen to draw your deck again next turn.
Hmm. So Wonka has
Or it is maybe
9
one short
coins.
deck
Yeah,
actually.
9
We
coins
got
in
9
deck, I
cards,
think.
and there's a Workers Village down there, but I think that might be the only cantrip.
Yeah, that's enough, right?
Yeah,
Gonna draw 8 and then either.
they're gonna draw 7. Madman doesn't catch itself.
I'm miscounting. I thought she had 9 cards in hand. My bad. Of course, you can't have a number of cards in hand after Batman. Yes, if you. I mean, you're not stopping here, are you?
No, certainly not. If I had 5 in hand, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, you are stopping here.
Or maybe this play suggests to me BitterWurmcoil plans to play 3 Madmen, which I don't know. That doesn't sound terrible, but I'd rather have 2 Madmen next turn.
We are continuing. Yep. There we
Okay,
go.
we undid that. Okay, I like this. This looks better. Ooh, don't play this Workers Village. No. Okay, well, better lucky than good. Those top 2 cards had a Madman in them. They managed to not draw the Madman and leave it on top. I wouldn't have even taken the risk. Just having Madman on top sounds phenomenal. Do you
Yeah. I guess you
really,
do
really need
want
that
the
one?
plus buy. I guess.
Yeah, I guess maybe the plus buy is worth it. I'm going to buy 2 things. Okay, possibly that's a reasonable gamble. I mean, certainly they got the good end of it. They managed to get the plus buy and also top deck the Madman. Oh, Sea Witch, disgusting. Your opponent has a bunch of Hermit plays anyway, and nothing to trash. The curse does literally nothing. You just bought a duration moat.
Hmm.
You can gain non-duration moats for free in the form of Faithful Hound. Like the opening Sea Witch seemed fine because that Sea Witch hits potentially as early as turn 2. That's a lot of tempo. That stage of the game where your opponent can't deal with it yet. Any Sea Witches after turn 1, I think, are really hard to justify.
Makes sense. Getting rid of the Necropolis. I guess we don't have map anymore, so we're more short on draw than on actions.
For Sir USC?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have
Yeah. I
money, we
think
don't have
Necropolis
draw, unless those
tier.
3 charts end up hitting, but that's kind of tough. Yeah, how do you...
Also, just like all the draw that you have for the moment, at least, is it's just +2 cards. So like, Sea Witch plus Necropolis isn't even draw anyway.
Right.
Did I jinx it? Did Sir USC want the Necropolis draw? Sea Witch is
Yeah, well,
actually, I think, a huge problem for BitterWurmcoil. Because, like, if you bought the Crypt last turn, you have another double Madman turn coming up, which is basically guaranteed. Set all 7 coppers aside. You're golden for the rest of the game. If you buy Crypt now, are you drawing your deck next turn off of a Sea Witch? Not even because the Sea Witch is going to be in play. How are you drawing your deck? 2 turns.
yeah. Sirusc here with a tactic of getting a silver and drawing it. Hit 9. Also grabbing a monument and another sea witch. Some. I guess it's gonna be tough for Sirusc to draw here still. So I don't think you're ever gonna exchange your hermit anymore.
Okay, so there's at least a madman down there. So you can take a crypt now, and you'll probably still get a big set aside.
Hmm.
Double Faithful Hound and crypt looks pretty clear to me. And I think you can safely kill the Necropolis's BitterWurmcoil.
With only 2 work villages, and then
And a madman.
right.
Which
Then
is
if you're
going to be in play.
gaining 2 more faithful as well, aren't you gonna run into terminal space problems?
Are you?
I mean, once you get rid of your last madman.
Oh, like in a few turns. You can add workers' villages by that point.
Okay.
Oh, keep the
Encrypting?
Necropolis. The Necropolis is like a very marginal decision. I would trash it, but I mean, keeping it's not terrible or anything. But keeping it and buying a Vagrant seems a little bit. I would have thought the reason we're keeping it is because we're taking more Faithful Hounds than we actually took, which is 0. This is a little bit too safe, I think, on terminal space. Now we're like under terminal, right? We have 4 village effects. And do you have 5 terminals in your deck? You've got a Monument, a Hermit.
There's 4 village effects, right?
And
2 work
what?
villages. The
So 2 Workers Villages, a Madman, and Acropolis is terminal space to play 5
right, of
terminals. We
course.
have 2 terminals on the deck. Like the reason I would think you'd contemplate not trashing Acropolis is because you want to aggressively add a bunch of Faithful Hounds, which I did want to do there. And you're like, oh, well, I guess maybe the way to keep that safe is to keep the Necropolis around for a bit. But then they kept the Necropolis and also didn't add any terminals. Another, they bought a Sea Witch. I just mentally overlooked that because it doesn't make any sense. What? They have 3
If
terminals, but still under terminal.
you are gonna manage Sea Witch, and I'm assuming you're gonna do the Faithful Hound plan at some point to have the duration effect of Sea Witch be kind of short of draw. I guess discarding your Faithful Hounds.
It is draw. Like the two Sea Witches and 2 Faithful Hounds is like a cute way to get a little bit of draw.
Right.
But it is coming at the expense of doing things that we need to do, getting our coppers.
So yeah, we're a long shot off of drawing deck here.
This is the last Madman. This is your last chance. How are you drawing your deck now? You have 7 coppers to set aside.
Hey. Nice sequencing there, playing Hermit first so you can have a chance of hitting it off of the C charts.
Ooh, is the discard just C chart, or is there other stuff down there?
I think just C
Just,
charts. You can Hermit
or
first.
maybe there's 2 more coppers down there from the Sea Witch. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, so I'm not sure what the optimal order of play here was. Looks like it's paid off.
Your deck with with a Batman. For 4. Let's see, patrol for Just straight up draw, just to smooth the effect.
Yeah, patrol would be good here with the C charts. You can line up the C charts for draw.
Yep. So that turn, the map of 4 draw, draws 3, and you got some C chart, but you also trash a card, so I guess you're just about equally likely to draw deck, but that doesn't really. I guess it's now slightly more risky because of reduced village space. You got rid of both Madman and Necropolis, and you only gained 1 Works Village. It's definitely not reliable.
This isn't. Oh, I was kind of expecting Way of the Mole play here. Oh, they are going to Way of the Mole. It's not the card that I expected them to.
It's kind of weird to me to not mull these C charts, or at least the first one, maybe even the second one. You know you've got a patrol down there. I guess you don't really want to have the patrol trigger to shuffle, maybe? I think you can still mull the first C chart, right? Once you have
Yeah,
C chart copper
I think you're
copper.
probably right that one of those, either the first or the second one, should have been Way of the Mole.
I guess if you mull the first one and then hit your patrol and then play the patrol, you're still going to trigger the shuffle, which you might not want. But this hand for Sirusc is just hot garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, BitterWurmcoil is also not drawing all the things she needs
Quote could
to.
be drawing.
Oh, with Mole, of course.
Look at all these coppers that are
Hey, yeah.
away their moles. If only there was a way to get rid of the coppers.
If only. Alas, there's not. So we don't have any other works villages.
Which curse are we talking about? The purple one or the orange?
Hmm. We found all our money. We top decked a C chart, alright? That's pretty nice. But now, no. I guess you're up by 12 points at least. Yeah, the curse is gonna get lowered by 1 every turn. Can we just buy double Workers Village here and then next turn pile out with Workers Village, curse, curse?
I would consider buying a copper here in that case if you're aiming for the pile out, the 4-point VP swing. But yeah, I think like copper double workers village seems fairly reasonable. You'd have to hit 8 next turn to win the game. I don't see Sir USC doing double province duchy
No.
off this deck. Yeah, I like the aggressive lowering line. I think that would have been good.
Yeah, seriously, he only has 11 coins in deck currently. And that's
Turned into a
if you draw deck, which
any right
no.
to be.
Right. Rolling again. I guess playing Sea Witch there is Sea Witch playing Sea Witch better than modeling Sea Witch? I guess it is. Slightly.
It's not obvious. Like you're just hastening the end of the game because you're lowering the curses. But like everything seems losing here for Sir USC. You have 1 turn to score 15 points. I don't know where those points are coming from.
Yeah, I think it's Pacific split ended up being 10-2, which is rough. Yeah, I wonder how this game would have went if BitterWurmcoil didn't collide Hermit, Necropolis on turn 4. Or 3
Yeah,
for that matter.
Wormcoil definitely had a very good second shovel.
She was able to um, like use that to snowball into more Hermits and more Madman, and also not being bought
Unfortunately,
out
that's why
about
a
the
lot of
curses giving out.
kingdoms with cursors go. It's like there's a lot of interesting stuff you could do here with Faithful Hound and whatnot, and like the patrol and seed chart interaction. But then, oops, cursors are empty. 3 piles are already coming up. Um, with old Hermit, this would have even been even worse because Hermit used to not return to the pile. Hermit used to just trash itself. And so
All
games of
right.
Hermit, where you're aggressively playing a bunch of Hermits, the Hermit pile would just almost always be empty by like turn 6, or maybe a little later, like turn 8. And so imagine a cursor plus a Hermit. These piles would already be empty.
Yeah, I was like, no, thinking to myself, but it didn't like didn't either Madman or Hermit trash itself? Apparently not, but yeah, it did used to. Just got changed.
Yeah, Hermit used to trash itself. And I think it used to gain the Madman, which was nice in some respect. Like you could
Oh, so
pop in your
exchanging.
with Slave, for example. Um,
Interesting.
Overall, I think the Hermit being an exchange effect now is definitely an improvement. Because Hermit always being empty was just really unpleasant. The
Hmm.
games, like Hermit games, would just last too few turns because there'd just be this pile that always empties. The one thing I dislike about the Hermit change is the now it's gained in your buy phase rather than bought cards. Because Hermit used to synergize better with stuff like March and Summon and buy phase gains. Now it's really sad. Like
Oh, 'cause, like
the
it used to be only if you didn't buy anything, and now it's if you didn't gain anything.
yeah,
Right.
those changes I think happen simultaneously. Like the
Hmm.
hypothetical Hermit that does have the exchange change, but doesn't have the buys to gains change, that would be a great Hermit. Because then you could
Hmm.
do stuff like Corner Plenty Mega Turn with Madman as you draw.
Right.
As it stands, Hermit as primary draw is still fairly limited. You have to have something like Grave Robber as your payload, which is kind of gross.
So this, yeah, this is, yeah, this one's got enough tactics with the gaining Oasis, gaining silver to get enough coins in play to be able to file out the works religious. Very nice. 2-0 now in this match. Pretty Warfield with an excellent
Alrighty.
start. Got another Crypt Kingdom.
Unfortunately, this one also has Chapel.
We also have
If they
at
didn't
least
buy
5 ways to
Krypton,
crash.
amazing. I'm not so sure they're buying Krypton, it's marginal.
Yeah.
um,
Like, is there any other way of like being able to get your coppers? You usually don't want crypts, but
as
hmm.
I think that the Chapel, uh, Double Goater is actually not a terrible response to Chapel.
Hmm. There is a lot of trashing, and you do kind of want to hit 5 because there's no good 4s. So you kind of Do you want to grab a silver soon? I guess the 2-5 is
Really phenomenal.
pretty nice. Did you grab a vampire as your first 5? I'm assuming. I guess.
I'm gonna say yes to Vampire. I
It's fun.
think just straight into Rice Broker would not be unreasonable. Um, I think I like Vampire. Think. Think about that.
This vampire can also gain destroyers.
Yeah, I think I like Vampire. Um,
And this is gonna be, I'm assuming, catapult, goat herd, and hands into chapel. Sure.
Seems reasonable to me. I think I prefer if you're gonna open Chapel turn 2. I probably would have opened Goatherd turn 1. So Catapult kind of counters Chapel because if you can catapult first and then hit their Chapel hand, then that's obviously really good because you're having the number of cards that go to trash. But then Goat Herd also kind of counters Chapel because if they Chapel and then you Goat Herd, you draw like 4 cards. And as player 2, that Goat Herd interaction is twice as likely as the Catapult interaction on the second shuffle. Because like if you both have Chapel turn 3 slash Goat Herd, Chapel Goat Herd turn 3, and you both have Chapel Goat Herd turn 4, you hit the 4-card draw. Whereas the only way for you to hit the good Catapult lineup is if you have Catapult turn 3 and they have Chapel turn 4. If you were player 1, it would be the reverse. Then I think the Catapult line would look a little bit better.
I'm a bit worried about BitterWurmcoil being very slow here on being able to buy anything. Do you have to buy copper here?
Wait, what?
Like BitterWurmcoil currently has only 2 coins and a catapult, yeah.
Oh, I was like, why don't we trash all the coppers? Because we've already overdrafted coppers. Goodness.
Yeah. Next you hit catapult, copper, estate, and then Chapel hit 1 estate and 3 coppers. So yeah, it's gonna be a slow build up here to. So you guys see this turn you can catapult copper by silver, and the next turn you can catapult Chapel by 5 cost, but I guess a vampire probably, but it's still really slow. And
like I was thinking about the vampire thing at the beginning, and the case for Rice Broker is just you're much less likely to miss your Chapel. Your Chapel's not going to bottom deck with Rice Broker because it'll draw you 2 cards. As you're like guaranteeing a decent Chapel trash and going from there. I like the vampire better just because like you get super thin with Chapel, and it's already having a nice expensive gainer in your deck in the form of vampire makes it really easy to scale up again because you're gaining 5 off your vampire. Whereas if you open with double thinners, you got to have a plan to hit 5 somehow, and then you got to buy silver stuff. And so just the line where I already have a vampire in my deck and I can just Chapel aggressively, and the vampire will give me the gains I need. Just seems like a much smoother path to scaling up than anything available to BitterWurmcoil here.
Enhancing the catapult here instead of catapult attacking.
I
guess if
thought
you
we
want
were
to,
enhancing
if I
Chapel.
buy a 5 cost this turn, okay, 5 cost. It's the only way to do it.
Now I'm very confused.
I'm not sure why you don't try to copper there in the next turn. Just, I guess, wait, would you rather attack this turn or would you rather attack next turn? I guess is the question.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. BitterWurmcoil clicked enhance, then clicked undo to trash the Chapel with. Isn't it the same thing? Like, how is catapulting your Chapel and buying a silver different than just enhancing your Chapel into a silver? They undid specifically to do a different line that
Right.
has, I'm pretty sure, identical effect.
I guess I'm assuming she was considering enhancing the catapult into a 5 cost.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, didn't notice that the line that we ended up doing was actually just already available.
Nice power there. I have no deck. Alright. Reveal the top 3 cards of nothing. Earlier we had envious. Yeah, this also didn't do anything. So yeah, not too bad of hexes there for BitterWurmcoil. And there's
5 isn't even
vampire.
the number that BitterWurmcoil needs to hit. Looks like 6. Kind of important here.
Yeah, is the plan just multi-village? Like get some draw in your deck, then multi-village to get
so.
payload? And do you want to hoard for that or just go all instead?
I'm gonna say just on principle. I don't know a good reason for that.
Sirusc does not agree. Because like I guess the hoard is kind of if you hit the balloons of your wealth village and you also have a gold, then you're slightly more likely to still have 3 different treasures for a wealth village. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it seems super marginalized in a way. Like you don't need the gold because you have 3 distinct treasures in your hand. You're already hitting all the price points, but you don't really need the hoard because you're planning on buying victory cards all that soon. Matter of preference, I would say.
I kind of wanted to enhance the catapult there instead of buying silver.
Enhance it into what?
I don't know, maybe even silver. This catapult is not doing anything anymore. I guess it's kind of sort of maybe attacking, but not really.
Yeah, I can believe that. You get the bat to trash the copper.
Right.
Yeah, I'm down with the hints in the catapult. Does something. Silver maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, the copper will get cleaned up by the bat. I guess you can keep the catapult around to kill the silvers once you've got, like, you kill one silver with catapult. You have a second silver to get your wealthy village. And once you get a wealthy village, you can kill the last silver with catapult. It has some
Yeah,
value.
but then you're cursing your opponent. I'm not sure if cursing your opponent is actually good here, because then you give him free bat food. I guess they already have free bat food with the silvers
The
themselves.
curses aren't that important. The discard
No.
attack could matter a little bit. I mean, the short term upside of just like I'm getting rid of one stop card in my deck, but enhancing the catapult is pretty big. I imagine the reason to keep catapult around is just there are these silvers that make decent targets for it. Right, BitterWurmcoil has chosen Horde. I'm rooting for BitterWurmcoil now.
Yeah, now we get to we found our first loot, so we can get rid of these coppers now.
Spell Scroll. That seems pretty good to me here. I think. Not totally sure, but I think I wouldn't mind an altar. Actually, I don't know.
The
I'll
altar
go with
doesn't
an altar.
really gain wealthy village that well.
Yeah,
So
so
I
you
guess
can't gain wealthy village, and in very select circumstances, it could gain a wealthy village with a loot. If you already had a chalice and a figurehead and um, an amphora, for example, then you could trigger it.
yeah.
But
Altar,
realistically, you
yeah.
probably can't gain wealthy village.
Yeah, altar can also
And it,
can't gain Destrier, which is the next most important
yeah,
card, I think.
right. But your first game of the turn, the desk doesn't work. So maybe Altar's not as good as it looked at first glance. Um, all of a sudden, I'm less sure about the desirability of the spell scroll. That gold being
Ooh.
worse than Horde.
Due to exactly the blues.
Justice has been done.
Yeah, because Sirusc did charge double copper last turn. And now exactly bottom deck did the blues. I guess
Oh,
it
the
was
Schadenfreude.
like the bottom decking the silver would have been
Doubling it.
equal, but you know, a bit awkward there. And if Sirusc had gained any loot other than the balloons and would have had one fewer card in deck, would have drawn that final loot instead of the gold.
Gold buyers beware. This could be you. That's huge because now the vampire also isn't getting a wealthy village. The vampire would have triggered as well.
Oh
You had
no.
just two fewer wealthy villages. Oh man.
Just not play vampire unless you can hit the wealthy village. Yeah.
I think you're probably still looking at the Destrier is a fine gain.
You do need a bunch of Destriers to like get through these loots. Like you want to play
And
all of
it's not
them
like
for the
you got
big
more
blind
buy
such.
now, so you gotta get the Destrier somehow.
I guess it's kind of, having this catapult still is kind of nice. Although BitterWurmcoil not having a lot of draw here yet. Yeah, buying Destrier here instead of wealthy village. Not enough draw yet to support more loot.
Buying Destrier copper. Okay, interesting. What's the copper for?
I assume catapult food.
Do we not have enough uniques for the silver to be catapult food? Maybe we didn't.
Not yet, I don't think.
Plus
I
that
think
there,
Wurmcoil only has price card for silver copper. I guess without copper for last turn.
it seems like the copper probably makes sense. If you don't have a target for the catapult otherwise, and you do have the draw to support it.
Yeah, we're currently kind of overdraw by one. 2 Destriers and a wealthy village.
I think it checks out.
It was nice to find those spots where buying copper is optimal.
Oh, that hurts. The old doubloons insignia 1-2 punch right to the
Double
gut.
non plus buy. And the spell scroll as well. Did Sirusc get all 3 non-plus buy ones? I think so.
Well, 3 of the
So,
5.
oh,
There's
there's more.
also figurehead and hammer.
Alright, well, shows how much I played Plunder.
Yeah, because you're exactly 1/3 to draw a non-plus buy loop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, quite unfortunate for Sirusc here.
That's true. If you pull them out of the plus pilots, the non-plus pilots already, your odds are somewhat lower than 1/3 to find ones.
Ever so slightly.
Does trashing the silver versus the copper make much of a difference here? I'm gonna say it's pretty marginal either way. The curse doesn't hurt your opponent terribly much. You also don't need the money to hit a price point either.
I think
So
Sirusc doesn't have any trashing in deck currently. That's gonna hurt for like 2 turns instead of 1 turn.
that's true. There's no bat.
Mm.
I guess there's a chance that the silver could get you to Destrier if you hit their doubloons, maybe. Um,
Yeah. Estate.
you're getting fancy.
Oh, for the gold.
I'm gonna say the estate probably all right. You can kill it with the bat next turn.
Right. And you've got your silver for the catapult.
Usually, you shouldn't buy horde with intent to buy estate.
Mhm.
It's not a very efficient form payload. It's just like little skulks that you're buying. But here they have the horde just for purpose of activating wealthy villages. And I think, given the context, the estate buy looked all right.
You've already got the horde, so might as well. At that point. If you've got enough draw, that is.
Yeah, like you could definitely go wrong with horde if you're like, I'm gonna add a horde and then just take all the golds. There have been kingdoms where I'm like, I should just voluntarily not play this horde because my deck is drowning in golds. I need deck control.
12x duels here. Does that make sense?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say I don't know. So like on the one hand, top decking a stop card does seem weird. On the other hand, it's also your only plus buy card, and failing to find the jewels would be a disaster.
That's true. Deluded's kind of rough, actually. I guess you can enhance still into Wealthy Village. Well, I guess it's not too much trouble then.
Notably, Crypt is not an action card.
Yes. Do you want Crypt here?
Well, if I'm deluded, I think about it.
Okay. So we can't both play Catapult and do the bad thing and get a wealth. I guess we. I guess this is the time.
An unfortunate draw for BitterWurmcoil.
Is this goodbye for the Catapult?
I would blame the greedy horde buy, except the estate and the gold are also both at the bottom. I expected play catapult and just leave bat for another turn. You still have the estate down there. I think these decks are still at the point where the discard attack matters. I don't care about the cursing as much. Oh, that matters a little bit too.
I guess if you keep the silver, you can double enhance catapult and silver into wealthy villages.
Like the discard attack is just saying my opponent needs to play 2 more Destriers to get through their deck, and that's a lot.
You know, that's up like 1 stock card at least.
Yeah. I would rather play the catapult here and buy. I don't know, maybe but it's a crypt actually. No, you're already not drawing. You do not need more golds right now.
Enhance this bat into a Destrier if you want. Yep, so we do. But now we don't have our only trashing anymore is catapult. I guess enhance, but enhancing states is kind of rough.
sure UFC does make it through the deck.
Yeah. 2 buy to spend. Trash these 2 remaining weak treasures.
Are we killing the silver? Probably.
I'm assuming so. I mean, we did draw this turn, but the desperation will run out, so you can't ever add more draw. I guess you can add rice.
He doesn't have the
I
catapult.
guess Red Rogue isn't really draw. Never mind. Unless you want to add Rice Brokers and then buy chapels to feature Rice Brokers, but that seems not the way you want to be going. Is it enhancing gold time?
Well, I'm not sure exactly what buying to say whether the extra 2 money matters. Sword, it's a good loop.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not morally speaking, but
Hmm.
strategically speaking, it's good. Top decking the sword. I don't agree with that.
Yeah. Also kind of not into top decking the wealthy village. Because if you're gonna get catapult attacked, you'd rather know what you're discarding than having just a cantrip in your hand.
How about we top deck a rice broker? We have all these wealthy villages that we do not need.
Sure.
You have 0 terminals in your deck. That is a lot of rice broker.
Yeah. That's a place to draw. So, I'm just gonna top deck 3 cantrips. There's 7 chapels.
So not many gains. Yeah, especially with the insignia to top deck the rice broker.
Yeah. Can I have 4 cantrips in hand? I guess the catapult is gone, so I guess it's not really that much downside to top decking the wealthy villages, but it's also not doing anything.
So UFC might be at this point. After I think that dud from BitterWurmcoil seems to have reversed things.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised that BitterWurmcoil managed to split the Death Traders even after the opening vampires.
You know, so Sherrod is asking a good question. Why is the estate alive?
This Grudging Plate does not trust anything.
I don't know why we're keeping the estates.
You gotta offset the miserable points. By you gotta, I mean you don't really gotta.
Yeah.
I guess we're enhancing. Are we enhancing it this year?
You can gain and play a crypt right now. Oh, that's true.
Oh, enhanced toil. That's cute, but I mean we're not. We are drawing deck here.
We're 1 money short of being able to do that and also buy a prop. All right, we're trashing the.
Enhancing gold, I'm assuming.
That's not why we run.
Still not trashing estate.
I don't know why we want the estate so much. Even the golden hand makes me think this might be a double province play. Put the gold back into play and province dodge anyway.
Just buying 2 green cards instead of enhancing anything. No. Yep. The actions. Okay, now we're rice broking.
Rice broker, please.
Maybe you want the vampire. I think 15 here instead of 16. It's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
I guess speaking of unfortunate, this BitterWurmcoil hand is also
Yeah, it's a doozy of a hand.
yeah, this kingdom has not gone the way I expected it to.
I'm gonna say Province Horde Rice Broker for USC. Final answer.
Hmm. I mean, do you need more goals from the Horde? Got plenty of loot, right?
If you aggressively trash all these wealthy villages, you're gonna have a lot of draw. I think
Hmm.
the Horde is the part I'm least sold on for sure. Like you could
Hmm.
convince me of something else, but what's the something else if not the Horde?
Another Rise Broker for reliability.
You need two of them. Like I would be happy to have two of them in deck at some point. I don't need two this turn, and I'd rather
Yeah.
have one on top this turn and one on top next turn, which you can't top deck with the insignia.
Yeah, but then I guess you have to draw your insignia if you want to do that.
I'm gonna do with the 5 cards I get from a rest broker.
Hmm.
We don't have enough junk for altar to look great at this point.
I was kind of thinking if you're gonna be getting plenty of draw with Rise Brokers, do you ever want to grab a catapult and just buy copper every turn to attack BitterWurmcoil, whose deck is not really doing much of anything? That might
I
hurt.
could believe in adding a catapult. I don't think I would buy. Hmm.
I guess
It's gotta
BitterWurmcoil is
be
gonna
precious
have enough green cards
gold
in the
and
deck.
silvers. I like the catapult idea. I would happily just kill golds
Sure.
for the catapult attack. Is there a way to
Yeah.
do catapult horde? That's 9 money.
Um.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really. It's not really useful to.
I could definitely see a line with catapult. I'm not exactly sure what I would be buying alongside of it, but
Hmm.
catapult does not seem like it.
Buys Chapel.
You do not need a chapel on top. You have like 50 cantrips that are doing nothing in your deck. This is overthinking things. Um, if if I were already committed to like I'm gonna take province, rice broker, duchy, like I knew that's what I wanted to get, then sure, add a free chapel because it's better than nothing.
Sure. Keeps your wealthy villages for a rainy day.
But like if I want like horde or something even slightly more than duchy, I'm not chapel.
All right. Well, read your deck.
A little unfortunate that there was a loot on the bottom. Well, I guess
Hmm.
not that unlikely. Most of your deck is treasures.
Yeah.
But if it were like a green card or something, then you could have more easily done the crypt destrier synergy.
Hmm.
Actually, it's probably not worth it here. With the rice broker insignia stuff, you're probably gonna draw anyway, just fine. I don't think Sirusc needs the added
Hmm.
liability. Um,
But do you want to even like if you're drawing your deck anyway, like getting a cryptic play is just reducing the payload you have access to next turn, right? It's not really
yeah, like if you're struggling to draw, like BitterWurmcoil, for example, has like an excess
sure,
of treasures and
sure,
minimal
sure.
draw. You go more strongly. With the rice brokers and stuff that CUSC's got going on, I'd rather have all the payload in the deck.
So it looks like we're just shy of a win here. Buying out all the estates would be a losing tie, and we don't have enough buys to get an extra duchy. There's nothing I can see that's going to score you an extra point. Likewise, you could pile chapels, but then you're 2 buys short of taking a points lead.
Can we enhance enough things 5 times?
The problem is the number of games, and enhance isn't increasing your number of games at all.
I mean, you can enhance 5 times for 5 provinces here, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's a good question.
Right. Okay, we can enhance province and 2 golden balloons insignia to 5 provinces. I think that works.
Let's look at them. Wait, how is that 5 provinces?
Oh, non-victory card. Never mind. Reading enhanced. Reading card expansion card.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking at the province pile, but we're actually just 1 gold short of.
Yeah, because like the province pile is the lowest pile right now.
Does configure let you to do province under province? I don't think we've seen that yet. I've only played with that one a handful of times.
Yeah.
How do I feel about taking all the provinces? This seems like it's probably safe. I assume Sirusc's counted it out. And
It's plus 18 points. So, and BitterWurmcoil that doesn't have close to enough gains to be able to grab. She needs
BitterWurmcoil is very limited.
6 gains. Like province 4 duchies in an estate, at least.
Yeah, I think this looks like a reasonable line. Why silver? What would you have gained?
And silver's better than bad, surely. Guess you can grab Goat Herd, maybe.
If you expect your opponent to trash things, maybe they do, maybe they don't. Yeah, I'm not sure what you like. Definitely, I don't want the bat. I'm not sure what the best thing to turn the bat into is. Like an estate for 1 extra point, a silver to increase the chances that you hit the price points. Silver is a little bit of an awkward card because like what Sir USC needs is basically just like 2 $3 treasures in hand. You play one, enhance the other, and so it's unclear how like what exact hand does silver get you to province where you weren't already provincing. Like if you have 2 golds or 2 loots, the silver gets you to 8, but you didn't need 8. You needed 6. And if you didn't already have 2 loots, silver and loot does not get you to 8. So the silver actually surprisingly not that great at hitting the relevant numbers. But if we get you to duchy, which maybe prolongs the game another turn, I don't know. Silver seemed reasonable. We're getting obviously better candidates. New Kingdom.
Right, 2 factions great here.
Indeed.
So there's Crossroads as the only village. There's Cultist.
Depth is a village.
Scavenger is a village. Wait.
Scavenger.
I probably misheard that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Scepter, right. And Necropolis.
Interesting kingdom. I have grand visions of like sceptering some hirelings for about to start a turn draw, and then using Crossroads to play a bunch of artificers. I know the real answer is just going to be like Cultist and Sadness. Like, you can dream.
It's kind of telling for BitterWurmcoil to not buy a Crossroads there, I think. Is it?
That's a good question. I'm going to say no Crossroads is probably the right move. Like, if this is just, like, you just want to find your 5s and play your 5s, and in the short term, probably Crossroads is hurting you more than helping you. Like, you don't even have estates. Crossroads could be a goat, but it could also collide with your Necropolis, in which case it's not a goat. It's not. A Crossroads buy would be all right, but I think I agree with skipping it.
I guess first buy Vampire makes sense to to be able to gain the cultists.
I'm just imagining that for a while, maybe for the whole game, your deck is just vampires and cultists.
We're
And
getting artificer instead
like,
of
it's gonna be a
cultist.
long time, I think, before you need the actions.
I'm kind of surprised. Yeah.
Artificer. I want to believe. I wish you the best of luck in your Artificer plans, BitterWurmcoil. Artificer is a lovely card. It's very fun, and I wish it weren't good here. I would love to be proven wrong. To imagine that it's just a little bit too slow. Copper to Curse seems probably friendly, if anything. You can trash the curse anyway, and it just gets it off the top of your deck for you. Oh, this is a little bit awkward.
Do you trade a shuffle with the?
I think I would just bat something else besides the Oregon Estate. That I don't trigger the shuffle.
Wormcoil still hasn't gained a single cultist yet, I think. So 3 for Sirusc currently.
Take a look. Well, yeah, the double cultist turn 5 for Sir USC.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'm taking cultist. I think that's a reasonable choice. I don't know what the correct play was there, but I'm down with the tap deck cultist and save your bat for another day.
You just buy another cultist here.
That's a good question. Either cultist or scepter. Both seem very reasonable. I think probably cultist again. Once you're close to drawing your deck, scepter starts to look better. I think. Maybe that's not even true. I'm not sure.
Yeah, the detour to artificer is very surprising to me.
In many cases, if there's like a 5 I really want and an artificer, I often like taking the artificer first, just because you get the 5 that you really wanted, just one turn delayed. Like you find your artificer, you pitch your whole hand, you top deck the 5 that you actually wanted. Now you got that 5 and you got an artificer in your deck. Like turn 3 artificer is usually beautiful because you get your 5 by turn 4 anyway. This Kingdom Strike is one of the worst cases for it, just because Cultist is the type of Cultist is just an awful card. It's the type of card that crowds out all the other actions. Because like if your deck is full of Cultists, your deck can play more Cultists, but it draws a bunch of actions instead. And so you get stuck in this path dependency of I got a Cultist, I need more Cultists, I need more Cultists, and my deck functions with more Cultists than that with more other cards. And so Artificer into Cultist seems more awkward than Artificer into other useful 5s.
Yeah, it's currently 4-2 for cultists and 4-1 for ruins. And Wormcoil's not going to be playing a cultist this turn either.
There's so many interesting things you could do in this kingdom if cultists weren't here. Like there's limited villages with the crossroads stuff, but like imagine you get some hirelings down for draw, and you get like you play a crossroads and an artificer in your turn. Then once you're in your buy phase, you can like scepter a crossroads to draw a ton of cards, scepter an artificer to pitch them all, scepter crossroads, and it's like you can do the crossroads artificer thing with no village constraint in your buy phase, and that would be really fun. I don't think it's gonna happen in this kingdom because ruins are gonna be empty and cultists are gonna be empty in the game's.
Oh, what
I
could
guess
have been?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It gives you
all.
+5.
No, the in the rune's not gonna run quite yet. I don't think. No, but it's gonna be close. It's currently 7-1 still. I think it's gonna be very rough this coming shuffle for Coil.
Root is a card I had not thought about in a very long time.
Hmm. One buy here. I guess this bat's gonna hopefully get rid of some runes for Wormcoil, but I wonder what Sir's gonna be buying here. You've already got a huge deck control lead, so how do you convert that into a game win?
Probably duchies, actually, if I had to guess.
Hmm.
Like if you take like vampires will let you take duchies to a turn. And that strikes me as just the most efficient way to end the game ASAP before your
Right.
opponent potentially goes back into something real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say as USC probably if you don't already have 2 vampires, so make sure you have 2 vampires. I actually don't know. It looks like one of them has 2, one of them has 1.
Yeah, BitterWurmcoil has bought the second vampire over the first cultist even, I think.
Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna say either this turn or next turn, take a second vampire, and then empty cultists and start going for duchies. They go for the province. I definitely would not have bought a province that turn for sure. I probably wouldn't buy a province at all here. But like the province line is not probably also. I like duchies. Just seems safe.
Hmm.
No risk your deck stalls out early, and your opponent gets some miraculous artificer thing going.
Oh, we even get to collide our 2 runes that are in the deck with our bats. Very nice.
4 is a very sad number here.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
not even sure. It's better than nothing. To answer Don Mauricio, no, I don't think Sir USC went to Crossroads. Like their deck is just mostly cultists and money. I don't think you pivot into an engine here or anything. There's already 2 piles empty. You're just trying to end the game ASAP. And so I think that just looks like green cards. I would be going for duchies. I don't know if you're here for the earlier anti-cultist screed. But I was saying the cultist has this annoying effect of really incentivizing very monolithic decks. It's like if you got some cultists in your deck, you can easily add more cultists, which synergize with your current cultists. But you can't easily add other actions because they just don't play well together. How do you find the crossroads at the top of your shuffle to line up with your cultists and then draw your artificers and you play those?
Yeah, haunting even.
Not tend to lead to non-cultist things very effectively. Which is a shame, because if you remove cultists, this would also be a very interesting kingdom. There's some fun crossroads, artificer, receptor shenanigans that we're not going to get to see because cultist is a sad card.
They're still running the silver better than nothing plan. Oh, and a set was gained.
The scepter can trash a copper. What are these bottom 4 cards? The 4 So 4 cards on bottom of bed, you probably just draw with the cultist.
I think there's 2 cultists there. There's one. Oh, it sticks to 4 apparently.
Okay, so it's clearing off the top. If there was a cultist down there, which it seems there was, I probably would have just trashed a copper.
Yeah. Wormcoil not even continuing there. Yeah, it's rough out there.
Well, we found our village.
Both of our villages actually.
And we got to play a goat. The problem is if your deck is worse than the player who's green it, you're in a bad spot.
Not a vampire, but yeah, even getting all 8 duchies only gives you tie. Sirusc just like lays down and does nothing for the rest of the game. So this vampire's not really doing anything.
Hypothetically, if this game were closer, BitterWurmcoil will be doing the right stuff, which is, all right, well, you got to slow your opponent down somehow to stop him from the last 4 provinces. And getting in a reliable skirmisher attack every turn makes a lot of sense for that goal. In practice, this game is already over. The lead is too big. But like, if it were closer, sure, try the skirmisher thing.
And Envy is even preventing Sirusc from trashing copies here.
All
Do
this,
you
by the way,
just
is why I
buy
think
province and trash a province with the bat? No, apparently not.
I would just buy province here. I would not have trashed the province with the bat, I don't think. I think I would have kept the bat for another turn.
Sure.
But
That's fair.
yeah, I think I'm just taking the province. Anyways, I think this is, to me, what makes the duchy look better is like, so obviously you're getting that slowing down your deck itself, but then you're getting hit with the vampire hexes. Now skirmishers are coming. Hitting 8 is not a done deal. Whereas you can empty duchies 2 at a time rather quickly, and then 24 points.
And also this province plan has required Sirusc to grab additional silver, which you don't really need if you're going for the duchy plan, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, I like duchies. Why keep province? Do you mean like why not trash the province to the bat? Discard a silver, not 2 provinces. Was it 2 a hex? Well, let's investigate. That's a good question. Silver 2 provinces, cultist and a vampire. They discarded silver province. That's a good question.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe misclick? I don't know. Well,
I don't know. I didn't even notice that.
It's weird misclicking on 2 different cards, so it's just the same card twice. And there's also you have to actually confirm, I think.
It's always a little hard to reconstruct what the game state looked like just by reading the log. Maybe there's something made that makes sense. I can't tell offhand why they did that.
Conquest making an appearance.
Exciting. Yeah, I mean, points that don't lower piles are desirable. 2 points aren't enough. Look at these scepters.
So there's 2 cultists down there, so I want to really want to trash there to have 2 cultists for next turn.
Yeah. I think leaving the cultists down there sounded better. You could have just trashed with the anti-penultimate cultist play. There's not a whole lot of value in drawing the cultist off the top of your deck.
All right. We get to go to game 5. It's been quite a long match. 2 hours already for 4 games. I guess slightly less than 2 hours.
A rather sprightly speed for at least one of these players.
Hmm.
Alrighty.
2
This
new
looks like
cards.
a big old engine.
Alright, so there is trashing with Scrapped Investment. There is Actions in Mining Village and Daimyo. There's Draw with Storyteller and Livery and Werewolf. There's Gains with Anvil and Scrap and Rice.
Weaver gains.
Weaver as well, yeah. There's a bunch of stuff. Alright. So there's also colonies, so like there's even more incentives to build.
So Werewolf is 4 types. Daimyo would add a 5th. Weaver could get you to 6. Treasure to 7, which I hadn't counted yet. So it looks like getting Rice to like 5 is trivial. 6 is pretty trivial as 2. And you can make 7 work if you play with Weaver. Yeah, so Rice looks pretty dang good. This kingdom is just really explosive. Having the good stuff gets you more of the good stuff. Imagine having much plus buy and liveries in play, and then clicking commerce, and then you get like 10 golds and 10 horses.
So Wormcoil there skipping the 2-coin hand, not even desperate for any of the 4s.
Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that.
Right. It's like you can desperate for like investment or scrap to like get some trashing going. Probably scrap
Would I
first.
take a curse and a scrap over nothing? I think I would.
I think so. Is a 5? What 5 do you open even?
Scrap, I guess. On a scrap.
Sirusc cannot into colliding scraps, so the first bang a bit.
Scrap nothing is fine. I think I probably would have taken Storyteller Desperation scrap. For Cert USC, we have Scrap Invest. I think that's reasonable.
I like it.
I was gonna say Scrap Investment, not terribly good at hitting 5, and you definitely hit 5 here, but there is Desperation to get you to 5 when you need to.
Oh. I'm looking at this Daimyo. I wonder when you want to go get it.
Soon. Depending on the shuffles, I could even see buying it turn 4. Daimyo is just like stupid good.
It's kind of like a plus makes it cantrip, but also throne rooms. It's kind of like a Lost City-ish.
Yeah. Very strong card. Daimyo was originally going to work more like a throne room. So like that was it's more flagshipy, where it's like card action, and the next card you play you double it. It used to be like an actual throne room, like card action, play another card in your hand, and that just led to like impossible tracking problems because the correct strategy would just always be to daimyo your daimyos, and then you're getting plus card in there at weird points where you wouldn't expect to get plus cards, and no one would ever resolve it correctly.
That makes sense.
And so the reason it works more like flagship is because otherwise you could daimyo a daimyo, and that was just absolutely OP. And that version of Daimyo costs 8. Or 8 dead, rather.
Yeah, makes sense then. It would be more expensive. But yeah, that's
So,
8, that's 8 dead, and still, if it's still worth it, like to get a bunch of those, and yeah, it's
it was totally busted 8. The new change is like barely a nerf. And then you got the 2 cost reduction, and so now it's still really strong and it's cheaper.
So says here, opting to trash copper, leaving the estate for the scrap for later. Hitting 3 now. Already had an anvil, probably doesn't want second one, I would reckon. So is this the time your turn then? I mean, you only have 1 action card in your deck, which is a scrap, so.
Yeah,
I guess also a horse. Daimyo horse is
I
fine.
wouldn't add Daimyo quite yet. That's a little bit greedy.
Yeah.
If you bought an action turn 3, I would probably buy Daimyo turn. Like the downside case of Daimyo isn't even that bad. You can still cantrip it, and the upside is huge. But I think I need at least like 2 chances to line up something to really want to Daimyo turn.
Yeah, BitterWurmcoil did end up carrying the investment turn 3, so kind of like 1.5 turns behind now instead of the usual half turn for second player. It's kind of rough. So here, yeah, there's not really a lot of 3s you want. I mean, the first apple is decent.
Yeah, Anvil seems alright for gains, but
I guess you're
other
just
than that, I don't want mini 3s for sure.
Like you also don't want that many 4s, right? You kind of want to stack with mining villages, I guess, for your werewolves at some point. But other than that, Weaver isn't. Yeah, I'm not actually really sure I want Weaver even.
Yeah, I would happily take all of the mining villages.
Sure.
Weaver, I'd say Weaver seems fine. Investment's not a bad card here. You're gonna have curses, and you have plenty of coppers to trash, and it's points. Weaver's also another type for Rice.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, not that you need Weaver or anything. For sure, Weaver is not like a key card here, but like, if I had a Weaver, I wouldn't complain.
Sure. If I had like 4 in one of these turns, are you gonna like buy a Weaver over one of the mining villages? Sirusc says no.
Yeah, probably not.
That's true, sure, but like Revel does cost 3 instead of 4, so if you have 3 in your hand, then silver, I guess silver is fine to hit storytellers and werewolves. I guess silver is gonna be that hurtful for the
They're actually
storyteller.
different in that regard. So the anvil makes you discard a copper, but you get the money back. Like anvil's basically ironworks as long as you have copper. So if you had like 1 copper left in your deck, and you'd be like, shoot, I can't trash my last copper because I need to anvil it. Then there could be a difference. But under normal circumstances, I'd say anvil's just like non-terminal weaver here.
You can also anvil to mid-turn game with storyteller.
That's true. Yeah, the normal big advantage of weaver over anvil, only the one is the discard, which doesn't apply here, and the other one is it's an action, so you could play it and then draw what you gained. But you can actually do the latter of those 2 things here with storyteller at least.
Sirusc.
This bottom card. I'm gonna trust the BitterWurmcoil figures out what the bottom card is and whether we should draw it or just take coins. I don't know what it is.
3 coppers. 7. We've
If
drawn
it's a
7
copper,
coppers.
surely you just take. Like if it's a copper, card horse and buy a 5. If it's not a copper, then you're probably taking
7 coppers, right? It's an estate. But we
Okay.
also already had 5, so I guess we drew that estate. It's kind of like gaining a horse. Either you're not drawing.
Yeah, so like taking card coin there versus coin horse are the options. Coin horse gives you 1 more total draw next turn, but card coin, which they went with, gets the estate off the top of your deck.
But you still have the chance of hitting it in the opening hand after the shuffle.
I think I probably would have taken coin horse just because with scrap,
You're not that unhappy to have the estate in hand,
Yep.
but just clearing off the top is not a bad decision. Not the most exciting daimios. You don't like thinning your cards? I'm excited by these daimios.
Hmm.
Oh, cash an investment. And it paid off. We drew a storyteller.
Yeah, just end up that turn trashing a couple cards, getting some silvers and some horses, and repaying 2 debts. Some of those more relevant than the rest. Yeah, we're kind of slow to get going here. I guess cheap cards aren't that really that powerful.
This is sort of kingdom that, I mean, this is just like a lot of livery kingdoms actually, where there's not a good way to get to the powerful stuff. Is once you do, it becomes really strong eventually. Storytellers in the short term, I think, are a pretty good way to kick the deck off, and then eventually your main draw is probably coming from werewolves and liveries later.
Do you gain livery before werewolf? I reckon, because like livery, if you get to play Mining Village and then livery and then storyteller anvil, I guess you get a mid-turn horse, but that's a bit convoluted.
I'm gonna say at least one werewolf before livery, just because I want at least one werewolf, and werewolf is faster draw than livery. It's not more total draw eventually, but early in the game it's more draw.
Yeah.
BitterWurmcoil goes straight for the livery.
Yeah. And the Weaver has been gained. So we do want to accelerate
about
gaining, like winning this Mining Village split, I guess.
Yeah. Werewolf and livery, like with storyteller, it's kind of like having chameleon in the deck because it can convert coins to cards. So like livery is 3 money, but werewolf is kind of like 3 money because it means you can spend 3 fewer coppers on your storyteller drawing.
So you grab another storyteller here. Kind of want a bit more non-terminal draw before my terminal draw.
We got the villages. I'm gonna say
I think Wormcoil might have
werewolf
to.
now. I think the options are werewolf and desperation rice.
Hmm.
We went with livery.
I mean, I think BitterWurmcoil also doesn't have any daimios yet. Could have been an option.
Yeah, I can see daimyo. Yeah, actually, yeah, daimyo just seems better than livery because like if you wanted a second livery play, why not daimyo your first livery? With livery in play, daimyo looks less good. Why is that? Is there an interaction there I'm missing? Oh, because you don't get a horse off of it. Yeah, that's true. Daimyo is like 1 less horse right now, but it's like
right.
no. I'm gonna stick with Daimyo's better because like even for the next shuffle, Daimyo has the plus card built into it, so it kind of pays for its own horse cost.
Sure. I don't know if you draw your livery this turn as well. What if you get 2 liveries this turn? Ooh, second investment. Interesting.
Daimyo should cost 10, because then it's a Daimyo.
Okay. It wouldn't be 1/10 then? 10th of a dollar?
Yeah. Well, the whole pile would cost 100, so 1 daimyo would be 1/10 of the 100 coins it takes to empty the pile. It checks out.
Okay. That's good. I like things checking out. Like when I'm on the public transit. I get off this one expansion. A lot of checking out. Hmm. And another anvil. Sirusc is gonna be about playing these storytellers with all mid-turn shenanigans, mid-turn investments, mid-turn anvils.
I
And
would
then
understand more player who have deliveries. Wait, yeah, Sirusc has no liveries, right?
correct.
I
Not
can
so
understand
far.
why a player with liveries might want a bunch of anvils.
Hmm. He's gearing up to be able to grab liveries.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
he's
that
gonna have
growth
a bit of a hard
mindset.
time hitting fives with like weavers and investments and anvils in deck. Doesn't really have a
Aim
great.
for the deck you want, not the deck you have. All right, here we go. Game time.
I trash the.
Ooh, what is this? Is it rice? Is it werewolf and mining village?
Yeah, we did
Is
trash
it?
mana finish there.
Oh, fascinating.
To get more draw off the storyteller. I guess we didn't have any. We just didn't have any liveries in hand yet. Two.
I'm gonna say, yeah, werewolf daimyo sounds good. I was gonna say rice, but you probably want a werewolf before your rice. Well, actually, I don't know. The problem with werewolf daimyo is now you have 3 terminals, and you only have the one village in the form of you have 2 villages. You gain it at mining village. Yeah, I think werewolf daimyo sounds all right. They go for mining village weaver. Interesting.
Bunch of horses. I guess you don't really need storyteller to get this many horses.
You've got the anvils. I don't know about the mining village weaver choice.
Yeah.
The $4 gains come naturally.
I'd rather have mining village daimyo there even.
Yeah.
Don't see this weaver doing much of anything. Especially
I
once
would
these mining
spend the
villages
price on
run.
fours.
I guess you would just want like gain more cards that gain 4 costs for your liveries, but wouldn't you still rather have Anvil there than Weaver? Maybe not. I guess Anvil does discard cards. But if you're gonna get a bunch of horses and you don't really mind discarding mid-turn because you're gonna generate enough draw to have that not be a problem. At that point, I'd rather have the non-terminal gainer than the terminal gainer, I think.
I don't know. I wanted a weaver, which I think a weaver would be fine. I'd probably try to gain it off of the anvil.
We're never commercing on this board, right? I guess with Storyteller could.
The anvil rush. If y'all think this looks weird, you should have been here for game 1.
That was doozy. So we're still in Storyteller mode. Because we doubled down with Storytellers. Alright.
Is weaver what you need, Brett? Am I missing like a garden tile somewhere in this kingdom?
We got spare actions, a spare draw here. It's clear about my gainers. I mean, what else are you getting here with your anvils? I guess mining villages, just pile out mining villages, and BitterWurmcoil will only ever have access to 2 of them. I'm just not sure if that's even a problem.
We're only even drawing here because we lined up 2 daimyos on our 1 storyteller.
Yeah.
Plan for drawing all this next turn.
I guess you gain. Maybe you can gain 2 silvers and then horse. It seems. I don't think.
The
Yeah.
deck with
Kind of really
1,
need
2,
to.
3, 4, 5, 6 workshops. I would think the deck with 6 workshops wants the livery, But if you add livery now, the odds that you dud next turn are quite high.
Yeah.
I think you gotta buy the livery and just pray you find your storyteller. I don't know.
Let's get some Weaver gain mining village and silvers, and then horse, and then buy a storyteller, and then next turn livery, and then yeah. But,
Like the deck needs a second storyteller to kick off, but like if I'm just buying storytellers to support my workshop addiction, I don't know how I'm ever getting out of the gaining hell that I've put myself into.
I guess you can Weaver some investments and then invest your elves.
Maybe it's just some like next level investment rush that I'm missing. Any second now, those piles are all gonna be empty.
Yeah, because these are a lot of treasures in this deck. There's 12 treasures currently. With like 3 damage and 1 storyteller. Yeesh.
Yeah. Powerful anvil rush strikes fear into the hearts of many.
I mean, powerful implies that there's like some payoff, getting points and winning the game. Preferably both. I guess preferably both.
The payoff is more anvils.
Alright, we successfully top decked the mining village. Very nice. 1-3. Which means we can add terminal draw question mark.
I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Exactly.
Still think liveries to buy here. Just because like, you line up livery with your 6 gainers, and that's I don't know.
It's rice. It is rice. It's a gold with down.
That's what our deck with 12 treasures and 1 draw card needed was more payload.
I guess rice could gain 4, like give 4 with Weaver plus Daimyo. Yeah, I think after
And
that
if you get
turn,
4 money
Wormcoil is
and you
solidly
get 1
ahead
buy
here.
off of rice, you could buy another weaver. It was not rice time. I don't know why you thought it was rice time. You have 1 storyteller in your entire deck.
Yeah, but if you do draw the storyteller, then rice, and then you haven't played your Weaver yet because you didn't have. I mean, you did
You
top
play
lane
Mighty
mining
Village,
village.
play Weaver, play Storyteller, and then this rice is a whole ass gold.
Ooh, we're desperating for rice plus 5 drop. Love it.
Yeah.
Would it be werewolf then? I guess we already have plenty of draw, but it is 4 types for rice. Hmm.
Yeah, Werewolf seems like a reasonable card to me. Werewolf gives you plus 2 types.
Yeah, plus 3 even, right? There's no other attacks, there's no other knight, there's no other doom.
Oh, you're right, you're right. I was reading the night type.
Oh, we even found Daimyo for our no draw in hand. That's nice. But it does give you plus 1 coin. This Daimyo just says plus 1 coin. Very nice. We also have 4 treasure types in hand, 4 different treasures in hand for an investment that we didn't draw.
We can dream.
I'm a dreamer.
I'm gonna guess that Sir USC has won the Mining Village split. Let's find out.
Yeah. Sure looks like it. But now what do you do with an animal? Do you like get a scrap? Because scrap is a kind of like a cantrip, like you can get rid of all your anvils with scrap, or like a
Oh my
horse,
goodness.
draw.
It's actually 6-4 in BitterWurmcoil's favor.
Wow.
Imagine having Like 7 workshops in your.
I mean, we workshopped for all the workshops, so we simply didn't have time to gain mining village with all workshops. I mean, I guess it's now 5 to 4 then, because we're going to try one,
More
but yeah.
pressing force to gain.
Oh, did not expect that. That's. And what is the plan now?
Weaver. So it's like an 8th.
These weavers now are just simply a blue card, a reaction card. That's their purpose in life now.
It certainly is a blue card.
Da-ba-dee-da-ba-da. Let's play the. Oh, because you want to play the storyteller first, so you don't get rid of your delivery coins on your storyteller, I guess. Do you want to storytell the anvil as well?
BitterWurmcoil's deck looks more like a deck.
Oh yeah. I mean, look at this Sirusc hand. Sirusc hand. Isn't this a great hand? You've got your Daimyo. It's the best part of your deck. Just like
Livery storyteller interaction is a little bit. Like I'd want to play the liveries before my storytellers, so I gain horses off the anvils. But then, oops, my storyteller just drew 15 cards.
I mean, you can play Weaver and Livery and then storyteller one anvil and you just whatever
You
you
do
Weaver
storyteller
gain.
first, and then still gain horses off of the weaver.
Yeah. So what are you weaving? Are we investing, getting a bunch of points? Like we're almost done with our trashing. Is this
Clear. I could see just popping the investment now and then going for other stuff. I could see adding like another investment in commerce for some golds, then popping the investments next turn. Either of those seems fine. I think I like investment here, trash all your investments, and then start focusing on like rice and then colonies.
So we have enough money to buy rice well here, probably. Because rice is 1, 2, 3. Oh, you don't have a daimyo yet, so I guess rice is only 3.
No daimyo, no werewolf. Like you're not even committed to the rice. Oh, you got a fancy gold.
Gold plus buy.
That is not the card I expected.
Yeah. If you got like, I think silver there. I guess you're just scrapping horses because you've got a surplus of horses, probably.
I'm gonna say, can we afford werewolf storyteller commerce?
Currently got 15, so yes.
I want that.
I guess that's without counting the investment, so we don't have any. No, it's 14. If we don't play the investments, we can.
You guys desperation for it if you need to.
Right, that's true. And there's additional gold as well. Hey. Yeah,
Oh, and
that
then we get
works.
a fourth buy. Yeah, I'm gonna say
That's like
like
so many
werewolf
horses.
storyteller commerce done. Maybe I forgot about the 3 liveries. I take back the storyteller. I thought you needed the storyteller for draw when you're adding all the golds.
No, because
Yeah,
every gold is also 3 horses.
Yeah, change of plans. Werewolf, rice, commerce, daimyo, and I think that requires a desperation.
Yeah, that's all requires not playing the investments and trashing them. Because we're currently short by 1 coin.
Yeah, you can keep the last investment around. That'd be fine.
Yeah. It's just awkward that you can't daimyo and then commerce. You have to do it the other way around. Yeah, these golds are all coming 3 horses a piece. Yeah, there you go. Love
Like the
it.
commerce. Love the investment pie. Werewolf, please.
Nope. These rices are still just golds with plus buy on them.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so would you
Daimyo
rather
double
have 2 rices worth 3 each, or would you rather have 1 rice worth 6 in a werewolf?
Well, given the option, I'd rather have 2 rices worth 3 than 1 rice worth 6 because it's 2 plus buys.
That's true.
But you could have added you could have added a rice and a werewolf that turn.
If you don't play one investment and you don't buy an investment, then that would have been an option. I mean, you've also got plus buy with your scrap. That should be alright.
Yeah, like if you're rebuying the investment anyway, it's not like you chose werewolf over investment. It's you chose werewolf over 3 points. Or otherwise, you chose 3 points over werewolf,
Right.
which does not seem remotely.
I mean, this way also lowers the investment pile, but you're not the workshop deck, so I guess that doesn't really matter. Oh, we're Anvil discarding Anvil. That's the time.
That was a turn. All right, any second now, this Anvil Weaver rush is gonna kick in.
I think the horses were pilot first. Can BitterWurmcoil win? There's 2 rice and 2 scrap for gains.
I'm gonna say yes. You can gain and play some stuff here.
Yeah.
I expect a Anvil Weaver pile out. I haven't countered or anything, but that just seems doable. You've got 5 buys. They already have 1 Weaver in the deck or no? I can't remember.
Just 1, I think, and 1 Anvil.
Yeah. This will pile. This will definitely pile.
You can
The Weavers
Weaver
can
all
pile themselves.
pile.
You can make 1 Anvil gain an Anvil.
And can you do you have action space too? I guess you do have enough action space to play all the
This
Weavers.
definitely.
And you can midturn game. I guess you can grab a Weaver, grab Anvil, then draw the Anvil, Storyteller, or double Anvil. Just kind of want to definitely grab the Anvil before playing Storyteller.
Is Daimyo working with Werewolf for Night Phase effect? I think the answer is yes. Let me read this card. Yes, if you play a Daimyo, then end your action phase, and then the next action you play is a Werewolf in the Night Phase,
Yeah,
it would double the Werewolf attack.
that works. Interesting stuff.
I'm not sure if that person is actually listening or not.
Well, you have not, we've enlightened other people, so that's also worth something. So we've found the Weavers. We've got 1 action left. Trash livery, yep. Don't need that anymore where we're going. Because of buy, and some other stuff. I guess we can't. Couldn't you have gotten a draw there? Is that the coin? Or is this already enough? Right, I guess it is enough. Alright. Yeah, money is no object, and there we go. Alright.
It was Wormcoil's deck that rushed the Weavers and the Anvils.
Alright, 3-2 BitterWurmcoil's favor, and she has a first player game left. Alright, what do we have? We've Bandit Fort, but there's no.
Cargo ship siren is the thing to do here.
What for Siren?
Cargo ship.
Cargo ship. Oh, you can set it aside and then it can't get trashed anymore?
Yeah, if you play cargo ship, and then BitterWurmcoil rush to judgment.
Huh.
Yeah, if you play cargo ship and then buy siren, you can set aside the siren on the cargo ship, and then it fails to trash itself.
Right. And is that better than Recruiter in the first shuffle? Is the next question then? Or do you delay the siren?
The 5-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5-2's gotta be the best split.
Oh yeah. At
Like,
least you can do that on 2-5.
2-5, if you find your recruiter turn 3, I'd say is totally fine. 2-5, if you find your recruiter turn 4, is substantially worse.
Oh, because then you only bought one card, so you trigger the shuffle. Yeah, yeah. I was like, if you're gonna draw the remaining two cards that you always have anyway, but no.
Like, Buried Treasure Recruiter versus Recruiter Nothing. The Buried Treasure Recruiter line, whether you find Recruiter turn 3 or turn 4, you're not trigger a shuffle. Whereas the upside of Recruiter Nothing, if you play Recruiter turn 3, you trigger an early shuffle, and you can potentially find Recruiter again as turn 4.
And so you see bargaining for Recruiter there on turn 1.
I like Cargo Ship Bargain Recruiter, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Yep.
Turn 3 port seems wrong to me.
Are
I don't like that at all.
Planning on sirening the ports instead of using Cargo Ship?
We shouldn't be. This is way worse.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't need the villages yet. You're gonna have tons of villagers from your recruiter for the time being. I think your options there were a second recruiter and a cargo ship. Actually, Envoy would also be fine. It'd be my third choice, but I wouldn't hate an Envoy.
Bargain Buried Treasure.
Recruiter? That makes sense.
8 coins here with 2 buys, very nice. Get to buy siren in addition to a 5 cost.
That was a nice turn.
Sure was. Yeah, given Buried Treasure and even King's Cash maybe. Like this Bandit's Forge not gonna be very relevant at all. I mean it does nerf Treasure Map by a bit, which is completely irrelevant.
Artisan does not get around Siren. So Artisan is 2 separate effects. You gain the 5 to your hand, and then you top deck it. So Artisan would gain the Siren, Siren would kill itself, and then Artisan would try to top deck it and go, oops, where'd it go? There's a bunch of effects like that. Like the ones that come to my mind are Recruiter, or not Recruiter, Replace, Spell Scroll, Summon, stuff that it'll be like, gain this card and then do something with it. Any of those cards, Siren kill itself on game, and it's that happens before the second half of the card effect. You need a card that says win, gain, move this card. And then if it's a win, gain effect, it happens at the same time as Siren trashing itself, and that means you need to choose the order, and you can choose to do the other thing first. So here, the only thing in this kingdom that will let you do that is cargo ship. Yeah, Siren is like maybe the most ruled slurry of the cards. Either that or Procession. Procession might still be worse.
Oh, Procession. Oh, it seems like an early King's Cash.
Most of Siren's strategic value is like, how do I cheat this into my deck without paying the cost? It requires understanding weird rules nuances. I like the revision that I'd heard someone propose, which is just put the word first on Siren. Like when you gain this, first trash it unless you trash an action card from your hand, and then you'd have to pay the cost, and you wouldn't be able to get around it. Was that his idea? Is that where it came from? Yeah, I remember reading that somewhere. I mean, like on the one hand, cheating the Siren is kind of fun, but like it would probably make you pay the costs of the cards. There's too many top deck effects in Dominion for Siren to normally be three coins and a trash. It's just like 3 coins and a cheat.
So next turn we have a lot of money. This turn we're getting a second recruiter. BitterWurmcoil here gearing up for another Siren, I guess.
BitterWurmcoil appears not to be a rules lawyer. We are in fact trashing the ports to gain our Sirens.
Wait, how did we?
They just trash the
that
ports.
Siren?
Like
wait, we have villagers. Never mind. I was like,
you
don't have any access left,
like
but yeah, you do have access left because recruiter is a thing.
The primitive cavemen back in the day used to gain Sirens like that. They like actually trash things. Nowadays we have modern cargo ship technology to ship that Siren straight to your hand.
Can we do shenanigans with Siren to draw more than 3 cards? Not really.
We're going to draw more than 3 cards with Siren here. I'm not seeing any way to do that.
I don't think so either. Well, you don't need to cheat Siren any further to be good. Yeah, we're actually running out of villagers here. Decently soon.
Wait. I believe it is technically possible to draw more than 3 cards off of Siren in this kingdom.
Hit me.
All right. So you trash down to a deck of 4 or fewer cards.
Yeah, okay.
So your starting hand is only 4 cards. And then in between the end of your previous turn and the start of your next turn, your opponent gives you 4 or more curses. And then your Siren will draw all 4 of those curses.
You got me. Yeah, facts. Alright, so we had 18 coins this turn. What are we spending them on? At least 1 berry treasure.
So you see needs an artisan. Get an artisan. And probably another cargo ship. I want an artisan and a cargo ship.
Oh, that's exactly the amount of money remaining.
Artisan. Yeah, here we go.
How convenient. We might want a second King's Cash, but definitely not this turn, I don't think. Probably next turn, maybe.
I'd be fine with the King's Cash if it didn't trade off with an artisan and a cargo ship.
Yeah. Like, you're gonna have the King's Cash in your deck already next turn.
You've got recruiters. You don't need ports. There'll be other days for villages. You could gain those ports off of an artisan if you really wanted to. Port is just such a overly safe buy. Live a little.
I mean, you're ahead.
And you got 3 villagers. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but you've played your cargo ship this turn, so you can't like cargo ship Siren next turn. If you don't buy
ports.
That's why
you buy another cargo ship.
No. I guess we didn't miss the Siren this turn, actually.
Wild.
I mean, how many sirens do you even want in your deck? Like
2.
2, 3, 1.
Total.
I mean, draw isn't that good that you like. I guess it is with Envoy. Never mind.
Yeah, Siren and Envoy. You'll draw your deck.
Yeah. Like looking at Siren and Recruiter, I was like, but then oh yeah, Envoy is like drawing a lot of cards. That's what he does.
Happy that
I
this
guess
port didn't even come in handy, and BitterWurmcoil still had to spend a villager on that.
I guess we can even artisan the cargo ship and then use that to Siren.
Oh wait, they're keeping the port for Siren. Oh my goodness. It's like that's not how Siren is meant to be played. You're not supposed to actually do the thing on the card.
Yeah, there's this adage in Magic. It's called reading the card explains the card. But if you
Yeah,
if you read the card
opposite.
and then try to reading the card allows you to find a way to exploit it.
No, it's reading random Discord messages from DZ explains the card.
We're discarding here. I'm assuming just Recruiter always. Maybe King. Is ever King's Cash to like reduce his capabilities for next turn? No, it's a Recruiter trying to prevent trashing. Little did she know there was another Recruiter. Ooh, port drawing the port. Very nice. And by very nice, I mean. Yeah, so we've got at
DZ needs
least
some more
12 next
interesting
turn.
stuff, questions.
All right. That's an interesting question. How has your day been, DZ?
Specifically with reference to Siren.
Can you cast this turn for Sirusc? Makes sense. So we can cast a Bird Treasure next turn as well. Keep him rolling. And what else? I mean, we're not currently drawing Jack yet, so also I guess another Envoy would be nice.
20 minutes ago. Are you West Coast time zone right now? Hey, doggy.
Draw, but you just got a Recruiter. I'd still draw it. I guess, yeah, Workhouse deck is a bit smaller than I thought it was. Don't need that Recruiter anymore, I guess. Yeah, that works.
Like I recall DZ get various points being both East and West time zone. And those would make for very different takes on waking up 20 minutes ago.
Is either 1 p.m. or 11 a.m., I guess?
On the East Coast, that would be waking up at 1 p.m. Yeah.
Seems like living a good life.
Yeah. It is a weekend.
Yeah. Can sleep in a little on the weekend. I mean, I can't anymore. Like my biological rhythm is like, ugh. If I went to sleep at like 2:30 last night, and then woke up at like 8 because that's usually when my alarm goes off in the weekdays, and I was like, I want to sleep some more. but didn't quite work. America seems very behind. Yeah, BitterWurmcoil doesn't have like close
Your
to
Westminster card.
BitterWurmcoil doesn't have like close to the amount of payload that USC has. I think USC is like starting his turn with 12 coins, and Wormcoil isn't even getting that after a full turn.
We're spending all of our time doing these circuitous siren things. Easy, I got a question for you. Those big trucks that you see on the interstate, they're really long, they're usually carrying lots of cargo. What do you call those trucks?
I mean, I call them vrachtwagens.
I wouldn't even be able to repeat whatever you just said back to you. Yeah, so that's one of those things that has a lot of regional variance in the US. I think the most common answer is semi trucks. You also hear like Mack trucks or track trailers. I was born in Louisiana. We call them 18 wheelers. Yeah. I think that one is mostly like Louisiana, maybe Texas and Arkansas. It's like very south central US. But the weirdest of all to me is the Californians out on the West Coast. They don't have a word for those. I ask a West
trucks.
Coaster, and half the time they'd be like, "What do you mean? They're just trucks."
Aren't they though? Like 18 wheelers sounds more like a nickname than an actual term.
I never once counted to see if they actually have 18 wheels. I don't know if that's the correct number or not, but that's what they're called. They're 18 wheelers.
Yes, it's so many letters. So inefficient.
Yeah.
Just go on trucks. Very fast.
I mean, semi is actually shorter than truck if you think about it.
What's two?
Not in syllables, I guess, but in
syllables.
letters.
But like, trucks are also more exciting word to say if babies are to be believed.
But like, there's a lot of types of trucks in the world. Like, if you saw a fire truck, we'd just be like, "Look, a truck."
Yeah, I mean, that seems like English is bad at like differentiating between them.
Yeah.
Because like that's like semis are trucks and like, but like the Dodge things or Ram vehicles, they're also called trucks, right? With the flatbeds.
The what?
The like things that people drive to feel cool.
Yeah.
Like with
Yes, a lot of things fall in the category of trucks for sure.
right.
It's a very broad category. But you get more specific words like semi truck, dump truck, pickup truck. So you could specify types of truck.
Right.
I think over in Britain they see lorries. Is that word for the big trucks?
Can't find out yet.
Good question.
Not quite. There's 3 buried treasures, 3 port buys, and some amount of curses. Because we don't have a points lead yet.
Watch out for some shenanigans with Galleria. I don't know what that looks like, but I'd be wary of it.
I don't think Wonko has any like. I think she's got 6 coins going in. It
Yeah,
still
depends
costs a
on
lot
what
of
you-
money to like.
You're probably fine.
I guess Sirusc does need to grab some points. Otherwise, like Province, a bunch of curses could be.
I don't
tough.
like Sir USC's lack of artisans. Artisan seems like a good card here. It's too late at this point. The
Right,
ship has sailed
yeah.
on artisan, but I'm upset that an artisan was not gained earlier. Probably multiples even. I think multiple artisans would be pretty good here.
Yeah, 5s are pretty good here. like the mid-turn envoy gain as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like it. Buried treasure is fine and all. Like before you have 6. Like if you need buys, Artisan can get you Gallerias and such. And then
Yeah.
once you have Gallerias, your Artisans can trigger the Gallerias gaining ports, and it would work out fine.
So what are we gonna do with these 20 coins?
I wouldn't buy Galleria, I don't think. If I'm buying
Finally,
3 buried treasures, I'm probably buying a draw card to set aside next turn to make sure I don't dud. I think. I don't know. I haven't counted this out or anything.
and if you're buying all 3 buried treasures, then can Wormcoil ever? Yeah, Wormcoil can probably triple port a bunch of curses and win the state. That's 22
It's hard to
coins.
it's hard to dud too badly when all of your payload is start of turn anyway. Like
Yeah.
the dud outcome is really just like 2 turns from now you're screwed because you didn't get your buried treasures down. Um, maybe a draw card's not that important if you're trying to win in 1 turn.
Yeah.
So if you bought 3 buried treasures, you would have what's that, 21 money coming in?
Oh, seriously, I only had 1 siren. Interesting.
Yeah, that is a strange choice. I mean, probably has to do with Sirusc only having the 1 cargo ship, which is also questionable.
I mean, BitterWurmcoil also only has 1 cargo ship, and she like got that cargo ship after the double sirens. We got triple buried treasure envoy. Is this safe?
I heard of. Did you hear that story of the guy who tried to make a sandwich from scratch recently, and it
Oh
cost him
yeah,
like
yeah, 1500.
$15,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I feel watching BitterWurmcoil gain ports to trash the Siren, play the Sirens.
I don't think this is safe, is it? Can Wormcoil has at least 6 coins, at least 3 buys. Oh, huh.
You need more than 3 buys, right?
Yeah, but if you she already has a Galleria. So if you can play Galleria and then ports are like buy positive, he doesn't need money.
Port to States?
Oh, I mean all these states is just more expensive than a province and some curses. So you give out 1 curse with the siren.
Yeah, so a province and ports is going to cost you what? 16 plus
20.
an artisan gain?
Oh, uh, right.
Are you
Yeah.
looks like we're seeing 15, and would you have enough? You would have the buys for it, I think.
So I guess that's what Sirus was calculating. Whether it was safe or cost short 1 coin, because she can trash the
I'm actually surprised this looks
curse.
even as close as it is. What about Duchy Estate? Um, does that win? That's 1 less than
You give out a curse, and then it's tied. You need at least 5 points.
you trash a curse.
Oh, you trash curse. So you had 1. You give out 1
The
curse.
actions that. So this works a little bit
So you
awkwardly.
trash the bear trash and the
I-
curse. I think that works, right?
So artisan, gain port, play Galleria Siren Recruiter, give out a curse, you trash a curse. And then you have 15 money, you buy 2 pairs of ports, a duchy, and an estate. You'd have all the buys you need off of those ports, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I should buy 4 precursors. I think that wins.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
this is a win.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not quite sick after all for Sirusc. Yeah, I was wondering. I
Double
think you need to buy points, but yeah, the buying triple berry treasure envoy.
You get 4 extra buys off of the ports. You have to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. Yeah, the buys check out. No wait, or is that 8 buys?
No, but you can
Or
recruit
or
the.
Duchy Estate.
Oh, I thought you could recruit the berry treasure first and then first play the Galleria and then Artisan the port.
Does this work if you? This might work if you gain Duchy off of Artisan. Or no? So the reason to gain ports off of Artisan was so that you could play all of your action cards. Which is less applicable if you're trashing. This does not look like it. I think there was a win. I'm not totally
Yeah,
sure.
I think so as well.
I matched it out, but I think there was a win there.
I'm pretty sure. But now I'm pretty sure that Sirusc is going to be able to. I guess Sirusc doesn't have a gallery yet, and also no midterm gating with Artisan. So, how much money does he have coming in? That's
I mean, that's
12
like do or die there.
There's 21 money coming in, along with like a bunch of buys. Yeah, that should be enough. Yeah, I think we missed a win there now. Sirusc is going to be able to win his turn. To look at a horse. Can I do that? Oh wait, never mind. It's not how bargain works.
That'd be funny if you could snap their horse and set it aside on your cover ship after bargaining.
That's mine now. Too bad.
Yeah.
9 points. I don't know.
Alright, we have lots of monies.
I think you discard copper there, right? Because you're gonna win next turn. If everything goes well. So might as well give him the treasure. I don't think it's gonna matter at all, but I'm pretty sure Sire's gonna draw the deck, but
I'm down with discarding copper.
he's gonna mega dud.
To stop him from trashing it with a rebooter. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's a quick random card.
Yeah.
Man, if only we had an artisan that could gain a Galleria right now.
I mean, I think 8 buys is gonna be plenty. Is it actually? Might not be.
So ports and curses are 6 buys.
Oh, and then double province, yeah.
And then you could do provinces, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Interesting finish there. We've got our 3-hour slog. We made it to the other end. You end up watching the entire thing. You also made it until the end. Thank you for that. Thank you so much, JNails, for joining me. Keep me company.
What was the final score?
It's 3-3.
Oh, a nice
yeah, neither player getting much headway into escaping from the motion. But well,
hostile way to go.
Yeah, all right, that's gonna be it. Thank you all for watching. Thanks everyone hanging out in chat, and I'll see you again some other time. Fare thee well.